Boy, what a fun 4 days at WakeMed Soccer Park in Cary, and a whole lot more of how about the Carolina RailHawks. And here they come, James Alverson making a playoff push as we welcome you up to the Continental Tire broadcast booth. He is James Alverson. I'm Dean Linke, and James, the RailHawks with 2 in a row.
2 in a row. They're 3 points out of a playoff spot, and they've got the two teams in front of them that they've got to go get. Fort Lauderdale and Tampa coming up next on the schedule. Couldn't set up much better for Carolina if they want to make that magical playoff run. But as Colin Clark said in the postgame with you just a couple of minutes ago, it's must-win soccer from here on out for the RailHawks, and they're playing well right now. Get a big 2-1 win tonight.
James, the highlights tell the entire story, so let's roll right to the highlights as Carolina got started early.
They really did, as Austin DeLuz did a great job getting this ball right into the middle. That was in the first minute as Lavity just missed the post, but then a nice quick throw in just a couple of minutes later, and Naz Al-Badawi puts the finishing touches on his third goal in 2 games, but then on the celebration as he's turning to run back, he pulls up limp, and that right foot going to get x-rays.
Now here's a tough call as the player falls inside the 18.
Yeah, De Freitas did a nice job making the most out of that one. Daniel Scott gets called for the foul. It's a PK right into the back of the net as Fordyce knotted us up at 1. Carolina with another great opportunity here, as that was the second yellow card against the captain Watson for Edmonton as Cipollani draws it. And Carolina had a free kick just outside the area, but they were playing a man up for the last 30 minutes, Dean, and they made the most out of that.
Boy, and Nacho Novo came off the bench, and he was fantastic.
He really was, and you see a couple of great opportunities as Carolina had a couple of balls that they just blasted wide, and Nacho had another great opportunity here that hit the post. Could have been 2-1 right there as Daniel Jackson has it just dropped right in his way, and they cannot quite get it in there as Miller had a great crack there just wide. So a couple of good opportunities there for Carolina, and right here, DeLuz. Great ball forward, and Nacho almost whiffed on it, but he did enough to get it into that right side of the net, and Carolina gets that 2-1 win that they needed. They're 3 points out of the playoffs, and you can see the intensity from this team. They played with a lot of heart down the stretch, Dean, and that's exactly what they needed as they get the win that they were looking for.
And Nacho can sign some autographs for James Alverson. I'm Dean Linke. Once again, your final score, Carolina 2, Edmonton 1. Leaving you saying one more time, how about the Carolina RailHawks?